What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Griever back here, bringing you guys a very drunken behind the bar reviews for One Piece chapter 945. Let's get right into it. Now, once again, as I said, this is a very drunken review. Why? Because I ended up staying up a little too late here on a Thursday night, and it ended up being 4 in the morning. The chapter dropped, and I said to myself, I have an option here. I have an option. I can go to bed, or I cannot. And I can do this review. So, for you guys, for my fans, for my followers, I decided the review was more important than sleep, even though I have to go to work in T-minus 2.5 hours. So, let's just get right underway with this shit, right? Let's get underway with it. Because in this chapter, there's a lot to unpack. A lot I want to talk about. So, cover page. Well, we have a double color spread pages. We have the frog looking at what is this? Is this supposed to be a Chrono Trigger reference? I don't understand. Something about a game or something. And then we get the Stampede thing. Is that a movie thing for One Piece? I mean, I put it as my thumbnail because I already did the thumbnail before I did this chapter review. I'm fine with it. I like the whole Luffy as a frog thing in a frog suit, sort of like Super Mario in the Tanuki suit and the raccoon dog suit. I'm okay. And then the cover page is like, okay, we get Buggy, we get Smoker, we get Bo Hancock, we get Rob Lucci, we get Sabo, and we get Luffy. And it's like, bam! And I'm like, this is cool. I am 100% on board with this. Now, okay, so we jump into the chapter. And the chapter shows us Orochi running away like a little bitch because he cannot tank Zoro. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a shit about your Sanji versus Zoro debate right now. The point of fact is that Orochi can't take on the epitome of second best swordsman in the verse, Zoro. They cannot take on Roronoa Zoro. And he is about to slice and dice the Shogun of Wano. And I'm featuring it right here. I just bought the new volume, volume 90 of Wano Country. I mean, it was, once again, this might not be the latest volume or the newest volume, but it's the latest volume that I have at my manga store. So, volume 90 featured, of course. Now, we get that. And we get Orochi running away. And then we get Kiyoshiro and Zoro still clashing and going, and Zoro's going, who the hell is this guy? Now, the populace is shocked that Kiyoshiro is actually not slicing and dicing this Ronin. They're actually, like, bamboozled by the fact that Zoro is stopping Kiyoshiro. So Kiyoshiro, as a lot of people surmised, was going to be one of the top tier characters in the Wano arc and one of the top tier swordsmen and all that stuff. And here we're seeing clear evidence of that with Zoro. Sanji fanboys, don't give me any of your shit right now. Zoro is still a top tier, like up there. He's still one of the monster trio. He's still there with some of the best, and he's in the battle of the best. Like he is still a supernova. Where's Sanji's name on the supernova list? Like just go away. And he is up here. So that means Kiyoshiro is also up here. And I'm sitting there like, okay, this is going to be a badass fight. This is going to be a balls out fight. Now, we jump away from it, unfortunately, because I want to see more of this. But we were jumping away from that, and we see that Usopp has now taken Otoko, because Sanji passed him off to Usopp and said, get the hell out of here. And Sanji goes up against X-Drake, and what happens? Tail whip into the face. Tail whip. Literally, tail whip. Last time I checked, Pikachu learned that move at level 6, Sanji. So, just saying. But once again, I'm not a hater of Sanji or Zoro. I like them both. I think Zoro and Sanji are both badasses. So I'm just giving crap to the Sanji fanboys who were all talking trash about Zoro. That's all I'm doing. But suffice it to say, we have X Drake in full form, tail whipping Sanji into a building, saying all about the Vin smokes and all about Black Mask and the Soba mask and all that stuff. And we have Sanji saying, "Don't ever say that name again. I'm here." And there's a lot going on in this chapter. There's a shit ton of stuff. Like, we even see Hiyori. We see Hiyori trying to run away, and we see that Brook is using his, I'm the walking skeleton, ooh, sort of idea to scare the populace of Wano into submission and stuff. We see so much information here, and there's a lot to unpack. Put it to you this way, in this chapter, in 9:45, and we have a break next week, unfortunately, spoiler alert, but we have a lot to unpack. Now, something I forgot to mention was the Oni-Waban showing up. Now, the Oni-Waban group is, once again, intel. They know about straw hats and all that stuff, and it's very reminiscent of Riryona Kenshin. Once again, I'm always going to call back to Oda's mentor of one of the greatest shonen series. One of the only shonen series that had a concrete character development and concrete ending of its original run. So they show up, and we have a whole, Raiji and Fujin, and we have the Oni-Waban, and it's all about capture them, make them talk, torture will work, whatever. We see Zoro grab the babe, according to Sanji, grabbing Hiyori and being like, boom, and Sanji's all like, oh, that moss head is acquainted with the beauty, what the hell, and all that stuff. So a little bit of comedic effect going on here. Now, once again, okay, but we really need a serious Zoro versus Sanji interaction. Once again, I feel like the last reverie we had with Joy Boy, King of Lightning, Tekking, Roger Space, all the good people. Unfortunately, Joy Boy was the host, and he had a very time-limiting reverie, which was unfortunate because that was not expected. But at the end of that reverie, he brought up the fact that, remember Zoro's response to Usopp, and I brought this up in the last chapter review, is the fact that Zoro was not okay with that. He's very military in that respect. And Sanji leaving the crew is something that should be addressed. And I feel like Zoro and Sanji need to have that talk. Or Zoro and Luffy need to have that talk. One way or another. The three of them need to be in a room. They need to have this discussion. Because Zoro is fine with a lot of shit. He lets Nami run the crew. He lets a lot of shit slide, but he won't stand for disrespect to what it means to be a captain. When you disrespect your captain, you disrespect the crew, you disrespect the ship, you disrespect the entire goal. And Zoro doesn't stand for that. So I'm very interested to see what will happen once they have a moment of calm and they can honestly confront each other with 5 minutes of talking. I want that. Oda, give me that, please. Tell me after this scuffle and everything goes down, we will get that. We need that. As a fan base, we need it. Now, what happens in the rest of it? Well, we jump over basically to Inarashi, and we jump over to Kinemon and all that stuff, and we jump over to Shutamaru. And it's basically explained that Shutamaru is, of course, very pissed off. He's very pissed off that he was drawn into their scheme. And Kinemon and Inarashi tried to explain to him and tried to plead to his sense of honor, to his sense of loyalty to the Kazuki clan, and say, samurai will gather. We are going ahead with this plan without you or not, but we were hoping for you and your men's bolster. We were hoping for you guys to stand just one more time because we don't have any other choice. This is your last opportunity. It's do or die. Being he doesn't say this in the chapter, but I'll say it right here in the review. Being bandits, being this, what are you hoping to accomplish? You won't change Wano this way. The only way to change Wano is to do it our way, to go ahead with our plan. Because if we fail, and the tipping point was your forces, that's on you. It's not on us. Because we are actually trying. We are attempting something. It's easy for people to sit back. This is with every human issue in human history. This is with current issues. This is with past issues. It's very easy to sit on your laurels and be like, well, it's not our problem. And we will not get involved in that fight. I seem to remember, not to get political here, but I seem to remember propaganda from my history lessons about World War II. And I seem to remember America toning a very certain propaganda saying it's Europe's war. Well, the history books call it World War II. So, had you made it your problem from the beginning, maybe it wouldn't have been 1939 to 1945. Maybe it would have been even one day sooner, would have saved lives. One day sooner, 1944. 1945, one day sooner, even, would have saved lives. So, stop, we need to acknowledge, and that's what they're pleading with. That's what Kinemon and Inarashi are pleading with. They're pleading to Shutamaru to say, we can finally redeem Wano. We can finally get back our country. Just bet it all. You have to bet all or bet nothing. You have $1 left. Now what do? Do you walk away with your dollar and be poor for the rest of your life? Or do you bet that dollar on the 1,000,001 chance? It's a hard bet, but what will that dollar buy you out there? But what will that dollar buy you if you win in the casino? It's such a amazing turn of events, and I'm hyped. I'm waiting for his response. I expect Shutamaru's response to be no. They'll accept it, like Inarashi or Kinemon. One of them will get very angry. The other one will say, it's fine, Inarashi, or it's fine, Kinemon. He needs to make his own choice for his own people. And Shutamaru will show up to help anyways. That's just the way it'll go down. Whether he gets inspiration from one of the other characters, suffice it to say, Shutamaru will, of course, show up at Onigashira and all that stuff. But whether we'll even get his response in the next few chapters, or whether we'll even know what his response was until it comes to fruition. Hard to say, but now we're going to move on to the last part of the chapter, which goes back to the Udon prison. And holy katoli mangi yoi. And yes, I am very drunk. And we are going to talk about Big Mom showing up at Udon prison. But before we get into Udon prison, one thing I forgot to mention was, of course, the Lawkins Law confrontation. And I say Lawkins, people. I say Lawkins. I am on team Lawkins because he did not Walkins, he Lawkins. And here's proof and point. He can't take on Law. He knows it, so he uses subterfuge. And if you fanboys want to call that a goddamn win, go right ahead. That is the equivalent of giving right now. That is the equivalent of giving any character C-Stone handcuffs and facing them off against a Devil Fruit user without C-Stone handcuffs. Go ahead. Go do it. Give Akainu C-Stone handcuffs and face him off against Aokiji. Go ahead. Do your little versus matches. Take away the grace of Sunshine from Escanor and tell me that 1v1 he'll lose. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll sit here and wait. I'll be fine with it. I'm not going to entertain your idiocy. I'm not going to entertain that level of stupidity. I am going to sit here and say, Hawkins is trash. Hawkins is one of the worst supernovas. He is basically the equivalent of King, and I love King from One Punch Man. I think King is one of the saving graces of One Punch Man, which is not a manga that outside the art I am totally on board with. But King is a saving grace of this manga. And he was just featured in the latest chapter of 109. And he is grand. But at the end of the day, this is simply a reflective of that. And I just want to say that Hawkins doesn't want a straight up fight against the law because he knew he'd lose. And he know he cannot win. So what does he do? He uses his teammates against him. He's puppeteered the 4 lives, whatever his devil fruit with the voodoo crap does. Cuts himself and he cuts the arms of Law's teammates, and Law's all like, ugh, and he's wondering where the white bear is, where's Beppo and all that stuff, and he's talking, and I'm feeling for Law right now. I'm feeling for Law. I feel like this is going to push Law to work more with Luffy and stuff. It's like, I'm just here for Beppo. There's no other reason. I give up. Fuck dealing with Kaido. Fuck dealing with everybody else. But I need to get Beppo back. And this will bring him back into the fold to work with the plan, right? Maybe he'll help change the plan because Law is, once again, he's not only a doctor and a surgeon, but he's also a strategist. He's also much more smart. He's much more intelligent. He's got the smarts, which a lot of the characters in One Piece do not, especially among the Straw Hats. So this is very interesting, but I totally see, how can anybody look at Hawkins as Walkins anymore when he's playing such devilish tactics because he knows he can't take Law in 1v1? And suffice to say, if you can't take on Law 1v1, what makes you think he actually was confident in taking on Zoro 1v1? They were trying to escape. It was no. This would have been a Monet versus Zoro contest, no problem. Literally most of the supernovas can take down Hawkins. It's not even a question of how, it's when. Hawkins is trash. Nobody tell me different. He has not shown me any case that he's actually battled 1v1 confidently and not been totally owned. So I'm not on Team Hawkins. I'm on Team Lawkins. He's owned. So yeah. And the rest of the chapter goes on to say we see Udon prison. And once again, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really tired. It's 5 in the morning. I got to work in 2 hours. So Big Mom shows up at Udon prison. She wrecks shit, and we find out Queen Stelford. Now, I was always thinking the plague, and I already made a video about this. I was thinking locusts or something toxic, like a frog or something like that. But we get an ancient zone. We get the, dragon. No, dino. I hate that translation. I hope it's fixed in the Viz and stuff because I don't like that. I don't like that. They are not dragons. That would... I hate that. That's not a dragon. It's not a dragon. So, I'm hoping to see a translation thing, but suffice to say, it's a Brachiosaurus or a Brontosaurus. Brachiosaurus is the one with the nostrils on the top. From what I see, this is more of a Brontosaurus, but once again, that's been named to Ankylosaurus or something like that in recent years. But when I was a kid, this was a Brontosaurus. Maybe it is maybe Queen Stelfruit is a Brachiosaurus, which is the more common long neck dinosaur. But nonetheless, I'm a bit of a Jurassic Park. I'm a bit of a dinosaur buff from the 90s and stuff, guys. So I have a bit of knowledge about that. But anyway, so Brontosaurus fucking Queen is over here doing his stuff and being like, oh yeah, I will take on, this is Big Mom. All right, I will transform. I'm ready to go. Sit the fuck down, says Big Mom. So, yeah, we're getting that Queen versus Big Mom thing, but did anybody really think that the third in command of Kaido's forces could take on Big Mom? Did anybody honestly think that Big Mom would be taken on by Queen? We wanted the battle of the fatties. We wanted it. But did anybody honestly think that it would not be a slam, jam, damn, Dunkin' Bam by Big Mom? Because if you thought different, you're crazy. You're just insane. I can't contemplate that reaction. Like, this is not a 1v1. This is not Admiral versus Admiral. This is not Yonko versus Yonko. This is second in command. Like, would you think that Kaido couldn't take on Pero Sparrow or Cracker? Are you kidding me? Do you honestly think? Do you think that Shanks could not take on Cracker or Queen or Vista or any of these characters? Are you kidding me? Big Mom, memory loss, still Yonko. She is still one of the 4 strongest pirates in the verse. Queen was introduced only last year. She is 3rd in command of Kaido's forces. And Queen is not like... I don't know why people were hyped for this. We knew this was being a slam, jam, bam. And I didn't expect any different. But I'm hyped. I'm hyped for 945. I'm there. Getting there. I'm hyped for... what chapter number is this? I don't even know anymore. But Wano, you're proving yourself to be amazing. I'm still on board with everything that's gone down. I'm still hyped about it. I just want to see more clashes with Kyoshi. I want to see, like, Big Mom versus Queen, that's one thing, but to me, that's a wash. I want to see Kiroshiro's true skills. I want to see Kiroshiro versus Zoro. And once again, we're always seeing the smiles from Kiroshiro. So, in the same way of Killer, did Kiroshiro get a little bit of the biting of the smile fruit? A little bit? Just putting it out there. So yeah, this has been One Piece chapter review of the latest chapter. I think it's 944 or 945. I'm totally confused now. I think it's 945. Yeah, something like that. Either way, Wano chapter review. And once again, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. It's always super appreciated. This has been your very, very drunken and overtired review by Griever. Who else? This has been the Behind the Bar reviews for One Piece. And we will see you back here next time, guys. As always, drink responsibly. See you later.